Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good morning to you guys all out there, especially on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, or right in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday finally, and here we are with all the latest breaking news. We might have heard it. Levi Colwill, like I said it yesterday, Levi Colwill has sustained injury, and he will be out. ACL maximum is 6 months. Maximum for Levi Colwill is 6 months. Majority of next season, Levi Colwill will not be part of the squad. No panicking. No panicking. Just as Chelsea have already said it, that they are not going to rush into the market to buy another centre back. And I understand. If they do, if Chelsea panic, they'll be sending a wrong signal out there for potential players and clubs that might like to sell. And if that panic message is sent to those potential players and those clubs, they'll end up increasing the price. So I understand the message Chelsea trying to send across. That does not mean Chelsea will not be looking closely. We might just strike a deal getting to the end of the transfer window for a centre back. But you see, Colwill is a big blow because I saw an improvement in his own performance getting to the end of the season, to the Conference League final, to the Club World Cup. I saw an improvement in Colwill's, he has grown into games. And not just that, I equally saw improvement in Tosin and Chalobah. Tosin-Chalobah combination also. Yeah. These two players, especially Tosin. Chalobah, I personally know that Chalobah can deliver. Chalobah, he can deliver. That is why even Chelsea selling him, I was never in favor of it when they first of all allowed him to go in the first time, on loan. But Tosin has actually improved. Now, the question is, should we recall back Viega? Renato Viega. We have Hato, who can also play that centre back position. And he can be dependable. And we know the quality Hato has. But he will need to adapt to, number one, Chelsea's system of play. Number two, the Premier League. Yeah. Hato will have to adapt to the system of Chelsea, and two, the Premier League. Then only we can. So, for me, my biggest challenge is Wesley Fofana. That cannot be trusted for full season. That is my only biggest challenge. And so, if Chelsea really want to take the risks, we can go into the season without signing any more defenders. Yeah. I think we are good to go until most probably, worst case scenario, we could be looking at players during January transfer window, if the need be. If the need be, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is Chelsea's statement on the player. Defender Levi Colwill has today undergone successful surgery, that was yesterday, to an anterior cruciate ligament injury. He has already undergone through the surgery for the ligament injury. The 22-year-old had reported back to Cobham for pre-season at the start of the week before unfortunately sustaining the injury in training. Medical assessment confirmed surgery would be required. Course of action. Now, Levi will now begin his recovery and be supported by the club's medical department at Cobham during his rehabilitation phase. It is what it is. Are we clear now on Levi Colwill? It is a pity that just as we are about to start the season, this is happening. But hey, it normally happens. It do happens. And it's not going to be only Chelsea. Other teams, you will be hearing their stories also. And this is part of the reason why we were worried when we were playing the Club World Cup. The players did not have enough time to rest before coming back for the pre-season. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Is it even up to 3 weeks? I don't think so. Ladies and gentlemen. Now, breaking news. Is this still a breaking news? Jackson worth 80 million pounds, and Chelsea has negotiated, and Chelsea has agreed. Okay. Chelsea will start from 80 million valuation for Nicola Jackson. Let's see the bids. Newcastle interest, Spurs interest, if Richarlison leaves, plus interest from abroad. Interest from abroad. Bayern are showing interest. Many top clubs around Europe are all showing interest in Jackson. And ladies and gentlemen, you see, that is my joy. I said it here on this channel before that anything that will make Jackson to leave Chelsea, big clubs in Europe will come for him. Jackson will not go to any mid-table club. You heard it. Manchester United was interested. If not for Benjamin Sesko, they would have come for him. Newcastle, yes. Bayern Munich, AC, all the Juventus, all the big clubs in Europe, they are interested in Jackson. My only worry, which I pray it happens, that Jackson stays in the Premier League and then he scores against Chelsea. I'm provoking somebody out there, dear friends. Oh, yes. Listen, it's a terrible news for me. It's quite a terrible news for me. But I just have to take it. And as it stands right now, today's friendly, Jackson will be part of it. Likewise, Nicola Jackson. That has been confirmed by the club. That both Jackson and Christopher Nkunku will not be part of the friendly game today and on Sunday. Today's game is against Bayer Leverkusen. Then on Sunday, I think against AC Milan. Though the player has always reported to training every day with the first team club, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, it's not yet sealed. He might end up staying. Jackson might end up staying. Of course. You see, we've seen Levi Colwill now, injured, right? 3 strikers in a big club like Chelsea, they should rather stay together and compete. The coach said it initially that for him, he wants Jackson to stay. But the pressure that is on, coming from the club, they want the 80 million. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, so if we are not signing a center back, like I said, then Renato Viega should be recalled. Possibly in January. Not even signing a new center back. Possibly in January. Alright? Okay. Now, like I also said earlier on, AC Milan, Juventus, and Bayern Munich have all explored the conditions of a deal for Chelsea striker Nicola Jackson, with Newcastle also keeping an eye on the situation. That is the latest. That is the latest out there. What else? Brighton have set an asking price of £104 million for clubs wanting to pursue a deal for Carlos Belba. 104. Brighton, we know them very well. This guy, Belba, Carlos Belba is he comparing Carlos Belba to Caicedo that Chelsea bought 115 million. I understand Liverpool put pressure. Liverpool was competing with Chelsea. That is why even Caicedo price got to 115. Most probably would have gotten Caicedo around 80, 90. But because Liverpool got involved. Now, this player, technically he is good. Yes. Belba, technically he is good. But I don't think he can compete with Caicedo right now. No. I think he still has a long way to go. Technically, he has the ability, yes, to perform, but he still has to grow a little. The physicality is there, the physique is there, but I don't think he's up to Caicedo level yet. Brighton, I understand. Thank God Chelsea is not in the race. They can sell to whoever they want to sell to. Ladies and gentlemen, Villarreal CF, yes. Villarreal has actually signed Thomas Partey. They have reached an agreement for the Ghanaian footballer to join the Yellows ahead of the 2025-2026 season. The player will join up with his new teammates at the training ground today. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Partey, we all understand and we know the legal case that is battling the UK. All the charges leveled against him by 3 women. How possible? How possible? But I just pray and hope that those cases will go nowhere. The club, Villarreal actually released a full statement. I cannot read that here, it's too long. But I just want you guys to know, especially Ghanaian fans, to know that Partey right now has gotten a new club. It's good for himself, it's good for the national team, because we need Partey next season for the Club World Cup in the US of A, Mexico and Canada. We need Partey to match fit for the Club World Cup. Yes, even we still have 2 games to play before we qualify, before we go to the World Cup, right? Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's your breakfast. Let me not take you long. Let me just end it here. Remember, Jackson is set to leave this summer. Yes, clubs around Europe have all inquired about Jackson, the possibility of them signing Jackson. It is up to Chelsea now to let him go if they so wish. If they so wish. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back in the coming hours with the preview. Chelsea by Leverkusen later preview. I will come back strongly. We'll see what will happen next. Shalom and peace.